What is up, everybody? I feel super uncomfortable doing this. I always told myself I'd never be the one to talk in front of a camera by myself, but I really felt like this was important for me to make, so I'm going to tell you the story behind my song Lonely. The reaction has absolutely blown my mind. I'm still like overwhelmed and can't believe just like it's just so crazy. I can't believe people like it to like be starting and people are like, oh my gosh, this song saved my life, and I'm just absolutely like mind blown. And I don't know, I thought it'd be cool to kind of share my story behind that song because I know I had to learn a lot of things kind of the hard way, and I think it'd be like a helpful tool just for people that haven't necessarily gone through the sort of things that led me to create that song. So I'm just gonna kind of go for it, and this is so uncomfortable for me, so I just ask y'all to bear with me. But it kind of started like 3 years ago when I was 19, the end of like, right before I turned 20. I had this like weird paradigm shift, and I saw my life and I saw where I was headed. I was a student, and I was working like 50 hours a week, and I was making good money, and all of my life kind of looked good. But I had this like weird experience. I like all of a sudden could like my life flash before my eyes, and I saw where I was gonna be in like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Like if I stayed on this path. And like it wasn't bad, it wasn't a bad life, but it wasn't the life I wanted. Like it all kind of like, it blew my mind because all of a sudden I just saw myself settling on all departments and not living the life I necessarily wanted to live. And yeah, so I just had this crazy just like paradigm shift. Everything was like all of a sudden was clear. And I decided to drop out of school and quit my job and just start studying music every day, nonstop. And it's really fun. I'm a Christian, and I felt like God, like the next week, I got a call, and I ended up opening up for like Switchfoot, Skillet, and like all these ginormous Christian bands like all summer long with my friends Fourth Point, and I feel like that was just kind of God being like, I'm with you, and I'm gonna be with you through this like decision. So when I came home from all of that, I started studying music for like 12, 15 hours every single day, Monday through Friday for 2 years. It was, it sounds crazy, but it's really what I did. I started reading, I got all the college textbooks, and I started building a plan, like how I was going to make it in music and how I was going to be able to make a living doing this, because that was my venture. So I knew if I had to pay somebody to record, it wasn't feasible because I'd have to get a job and I'd have to work constantly to pay this person to keep coming back and make enough content. So I decided I'd just kind of train myself in audio engineering. I bought all of the textbooks. I bought a film textbook, and I just started reading and started studying and like, how do I make this thing happen? And it's crazy because I just went nonstop for like 2 years, literally 12 to 15 hours, Monday through Friday, every single week. The one time I took time off was I went to Africa, and that was a crazy amazing experience. But yeah, it's weird because somebody asked me like, why am I doing this? And I thought it was because I knew the life I wanted to live, but it's just weird because I don't know, I didn't really have an answer. And it's just weird because I kept doing it, but I wasn't necessarily sure what I wanted at the end of the day. And I just kept going, and slowly this like revelation hit me, like I just want to be loved. And I feel like that was, for me, that was like, it wasn't an overnight thing, but like over the weeks, and I started putting these things together and like, oh my gosh, I just really just want to be loved, and I want to be seen, and that's why I'm pursuing all of these things. And yeah, it's funny. So I got those first two lines to my song Love. And Love was supposed to be so much more vulnerable. I kind of wussied out and I made it a love song. I had it before. It was pretty much lonely. But I didn't stick with it. I kind of switched it up and made it a love song instead. But yeah, just those lines, all I want is to be loved, all I want is to be seen. I feel like our purpose on earth is to kind of love and be loved by other people. And oftentimes that gets so like twisted, and I thought I had to be so much, and like just these thoughts and this stuff, yeah, sorry, I'm still processing through it, but just this idea of trying to like write this perfect story and trying to wear this perfect mask and make myself seem perfect because I want to be loved, and I want to be seen, and I want to be worthy of love, and I want to be worthy of being seen. And that's kind of, as time went on and I kept studying and I kept doing these things and I kept pursuing this dream, I kept going back to those. It just kind of became more and more clear that was like what I was after, rather than living this perfect life. Because even if you have that perfect life, you don't necessarily, it doesn't make you happy. I think happiness is just kind of a renewing your mind and remembering to be gracious and remembering to be thankful. But yeah, that kept on hitting me. So I remember like 2 months ago. I was praying and I just really wanted to like capture like that message that I originally intended love to be. So I just had these lines. I was praying and these lines just started to come to me. It's like, is everybody lonely? Is everybody scared and like afraid to love, afraid to be alone? All of these just like I'm trying to write my perfect story. It's just like this. It came in like 30 minutes and it was so quick, and it was so crazy and it just blew my mind because it's like I captured kind of like what I've gone through in the past 2.5 years, and I was finally felt like I was able to communicate kind of like that vulnerable song that I've been trying to write for so long, and yeah, I don't know. I hope that's helpful. I found at the end of the day, like all I really strive for, like I was trying so hard to do all of these things and to be so perfect, and at the end of the day, it's just like relationships are the only thing that have ever like kind of satisfied me, and I feel like my relationship with God is really the only like true unconditional relationship that will never fail me, and I don't know. So I'm trying to shift my focus from music and career to relationships and bonds with people, and it's a weird shift, but I'm going for it, and so that's my song story. Thank you all so much for listening, and I'm just still blown away with the support and the love, and I can't believe it. And I don't know. You're not alone. You're loved. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.